Dragon Drop Podcast.
Yeah, so a lot of kids, they want to be astronauts when they're young. You know, they want to go into space. They want to feel what it's like to just float and be weightless. Uh, the thing is, when you pee in space, it will propel you forward forever.
Well,
So
nobody's peeing without a suit on, or any pants on. So
that's the physics dilemma that is currently plaguing most of science today. How do we get it to be perpetual pee motion in space?
how much force do you think the pee stream's pushing you? Like maybe a mile an hour?
Yeah, but it like
Welcome
once
to episode 57 of the Dragon Drop Podcast.
it's the 1957. That's after the moon landings, apparently.
No,
After
that
World
was
War II.
moon landing was 69, dude.
Who knows, man? It's all the same these days.
Not all the same. 57. That might have been after Sputnik, though. I don't know. When was-
Sputnik was Russian aircraft doing something.
Yeah, Sputnik was 1957. Yeah. Oh no, Harvard designation. It was 58. No, 57. It was up
So
there for
Sputnik-
it was up there for like 3 months.
So that was one of the first satellites that
That
sent
was-
communications.
The Russian one that was sent up first,
Wow.
one that freaked everybody out and said we gotta beat them.
You know, they have been saying the Chinese, I think it might be confirmed 100%, that they're mining helium-3 on the dark side of the moon. And we don't
the
really know
people are
what they're doing
saying.
over there.
Who's saying?
But I've been hearing a lot of rumblings of China they're mining why the dark side? Really? You're going to just operate in the dark so we can't see you ever? Because you only see one side of the moon forever. It just stays.
That could be our own people trying to like use it as an excuse to get more funding to go there. Yeah,
Could be.
got to get to that side of
But-
the moon.
I think the idea is interesting. I think what needs to happen is they send up a drone. So we're just going to send up a drone to the moon, and then we can observe what they're doing. You know, and then determine like, do we care about this?
How much delay is there? I don't know if you can do a drone with that much delay unless it's completely autopiloted.
Well, this is how it's going to work: is you have a drone with like SD card, little deployable flyers, SD cards. So like it goes out there, takes some, and then he's like beep 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 beep, and then flips out, and then zooms back to Earth with the SD while this guy's still going, and then they're like SD pods that go back and forth to the camera and at the moon.
It says it's only 2.4 to 2.7 seconds delay communicating to the moon.
That's nothing.
I mean, that's if you're playing StarCraft with the 2700 MS, you'd not want to
To
play.
the moon?
If
If one of you
you're
guys
gonna
were on the moon and
crash-
you wanted to play, I'm not going to be like, no, the lag.
No, the
I'd be
lag.
like, this is insane.
Yeah, you'd say no the lag, dude. This dude keeps
No,
lagging
not-
out.
They just delay the video, so then your input isn't actually delayed at all.
But
It's
if
just,
you were like
you know.
flying the drone yourself on the moon, you'd crash. You wouldn't be able to get very close to the ground. You know.
So the moon doesn't spin. We can't just take a really big telescope and look at it and see all the activity.
Yeah, does the moon not
The dark
spin?
side stays the
It
dark
only
side.
shows one. Yeah, only shows one
Yeah.
face of the moon.
That's a conspiracy.
The moon
all on
spins
its own.
exactly one. It's in perfect synchronization of Earth's orbit.
Right.
Oh,
a phenomenon called
does it spin
tidal
the s-
locking.
Does it spin the same way?
So it just said. So it's probably like as Earth's spinning, the moon's spinning, or some shit. We need to get a GIF of this because it's hard to understand without.
So we are the center of the moon.
We
We're
only
the
see
center of the
one
universe
face.
for the moon.
All right, yeah.
it's-
tidal forces. Tidal forces.
Let's see.
Man. The moon, it says the moon's tidally locked.
Yeah, we on Earth only see about 50 to 59% of the moon's surface over time.
That's a good chunk that we can't see. Like almost
The-
third of the moon is completely like not ever seen.
You know,
Oh,
Yep.
that's insane. It's blowing my mind.
Yeah.
angles for satellites, but yeah, we got to get something out there just to monitor the dark side of the moon, or else.
Or else what, dude?
What even is helium-3?
Yeah. What
Like,
is?
That's what I want
what
to
do
know.
they? Why do they need that?
Does helium-3 exist on Earth? It's a stable isotope of helium. Okay. It's lighter.
It's just a nicer resource to have.
It only
So
has
it's rare on Earth, and it's more abundant on the moon.
Yeah. It's
So it's a stable isotope. Fusion fuel, dude. They need it. That's what its main use is. Fusion fuel, which is actually goes into one of the stories that I linked.
Yeah, but is it from like moon rock, or what are they?
which one is it?
Are they huffing the moon's gases out of its gaping holes in the ground, or like?
Says it exists in natural gas deposits in trace amounts, so I mean, yeah. All right. What is this story then?
So record-breaking fusion lab more than doubles its 2022 energy breakthrough. So if you scroll down here, I think this has
remember
to
when
do
this
with
happened.
is this nuclear fusion.
Yeah, because
Um,
most of our nuclear facilities are fission, right? This is the opposite. This is like the good, the good nuclear power. It just hasn't really been developed yet.
So they more than doubled the energy released than the historic one that they did in 2022. So they like doubled what they did a couple years ago.
3.15 megajoules. How much is a megajoule? Huh?
Whew.
I don't really know what joules
And
are.
vaping joules.
Joules aren't like the same measurement as like electricity. So like, what is even a joule?
Joule.
Does not.
So-
take into-
It says a 100-watt light bulb running for about 3 hours is 1 megajoule.
Oh, so that's like nothing. They got a couple hours of light bulb out of this so far.
No, wait, 8.6 million megajoules? Or is it just 8 points?
3.15.
3?
They used 2
That-
megajoules and created 3.15. So they made it was like a 50% increase of the input. Which I mean
That
that
seems like no power, right?
yeah, but
you
if
can
you,
power
if you
one
do
light
that
bulb?
like at scale, that's like a lot of energy, right?
Hmm.
How much can they do? If you're doing like 10,000 times that, you're creating 15,000 times the
And
energy.
they did it in 2 seconds or something?
I have no idea. It's pretty cool though. Yeah.
So that's what China's doing. They're trying to power their AI with this super fusion because the US they're losing on electron production. China already has a bunch of nuclear reactors powering their country and likely building more with plans to do helium-3, and we don't even have any.
We
We're
have
doing coal still.
no, we have nuclear. We've had nuclear reactors for a long time. What are you talking? We have one in
Like-
Michigan, or at least one.
Like powering like the public?
They reopened it. I think it does. Right, Southwest MI nuclear
So I think that takes like 7 years to
Palisades.
get them online.
Palisades nuclear plant.
What does it do?
What do you mean? What does it do? It does. It's fission. It's not fusion. It's fission. But like that's everybody's using fission still.
It closed in 2022?
Or the plan aims to bring back online by the end of 2025. Yeah, they closed it. And
Weird.
They shut it down in 2022, and a couple years later they decided to reopen it.
That's weird.
It's because it's old. It's hard to update it all.
We need new gen nuclear reactors because I mean we need Grok at a level of GPUs that it would take up all of the farm fields around my house. You know what I'm saying?
But it's like there are people are afraid of it because like when Fukushima, when there was that Japanese earthquake, it blew up the reactor. And there was a bunch of nuclear radiation around there.
That was a long time ago.
It wasn't that long ago.
We got new technology. We got Gen 3 nuclear reactors. These were like long time ago.
Fukushima was 2011.
It's been.
It's not that.
Only one person died one suspicious radiation death.
They had a bunch of
mean-
old people going and clean it up because you die over time, and the old people just volunteered to go die.
That's badass. That sounds Japanese.
They even
It's like an
mention
anime.
they use it as the plot of Godzilla, the 2014 Godzilla movie.
Nice.
Yes, Dave.
That's the one where they got the little babies in the stadium or whatever.
What?
The 2014, or it's like another building, whatever. I don't know. I thought it was that Godzilla where they did like the different art direction that they
No, that's
never wanted to touch again.
that's Shin Godzilla. I think you're thinking of.
No,
This is the 2014 Godzilla is the one that had Bryan Cranston in it.
2014. That's the one I'm talking about.
I had ChatGPT make a drag and drop podcast host image, finding morels and wontons in the woods. Pull it up, B.
Nope, that's the different Godzilla.
Open image.
I was thinking the 2005, dude.
This is weird.
It kind of looks like us, but not really.
I know. It's
All the
really
headsets
weird.
are the same.
It's uncanny.
This is what Uncanny Valley is, yeah.
Mushroom raviolis. There you go.
I think that one looks like you the most.
Oh my gosh, dude, it's weird. You don't look Asian in yours. You look white.
Yeah, he doesn't know you can't mix races. You met my dad over the weekend. How was that?
How's my dad?
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever
How'd he
met
treat
him.
you?
I've definitely heard about him.
Weird
over
guy,
the
right?
years.
Dang.
Yeah,
was.
he.
Why say that?
My dad is off-putting.
He's off the pudding. Same.
He's thoughtful.
He's
but
he's pretty deaf, so like it comes off as thoughtful, but I think like, you
Oh.
can't hear what's going on.
yeah, I think I don't know. Is he gonna listen to this?
Probably. He said he was
Okay,
caught up
well-
as of last week. He mentioned it to me like when I got
Oh
there.
my gosh, he's
There we
a
go.
listener of the pod. That's crazy. I like that he was there. I thought that was a really nice thing that happened. I think they were down for some medical shit or something, but also it just the baby shower maybe too. And
Yes.
I thought that it was nice that he was there because some people who listen to the pod weren't there, and I was expecting to see them, aka P. Deeves.
Yeah, he had no excuse. Paul was just doing nothing. He was sleeping.
I wanted to see P. Deeves. But and then we also missed another person that should have been actually two more. Jenny and your mom wasn't there.
Oh, my mom was busy seeing AC/DC.
I mean, that's a convenient excuse.
She
There you
had-
go.
She had the tickets a couple months out,
Yeah.
See him now or never again.
but she helped make all the food.
It's a risk.
So,
Oh,
Yeah, it was fun.
did you like any of the food?
Yeah, I liked those noodles probably the best. It was like soy sauce noodles or something, rice noodles.
That was my cousin Chingy's mom that made that.
Chingy?
His name it's spelled like Chia and Yi. I always called him Chingy, like the rapper.
Nice. I like that.
The Holiday Inn rapper. Right there,
Oh
right
yeah.
there, Chingy.
Oh yeah. I love it when you do that right there with the her. Yeah. So those noodles, and then another thing that I learned, I always know when I'm gonna go to these Hmong dinners, that I'm gonna be learning some stuff about food. And you guys I said, what is this? And they said it's pork and greens. And so I get some.
Lucy actually made it. My
And-
mom just left all the ingredients out.
I ate the pork and it was really chewy, and I was like, "What the hell?"
It was literally high-end pork rinds.
Yeah,
High-end
and I
pork
asked,
rinds
it's
and
pork
and
rinds.
maybe bok choy. Oh, it's Chinese mustard greens.
Like they reconstituted the pork rinds and it got chewy.
Whoa.
It blew my mind when I figured out what was going on there.
I didn't know that's how those were made, but it's very easy. They're
Yeah, that was
definitely
good
the
too.
nicest pork rinds I've ever seen. It wasn't like some garbage bag of pork rinds.
There's
Yeah.
really shitty pork rinds. I've been sampling many bags. I don't know what's good and what's bad.
You know, if it's
Because every bag you get, there's going to be some really hard bad pieces.
if
in
it's
it.
a clear bag, probably not that good.
Mm.
Probably a fair thing to go by.
Bill, you caught some fish over the weekend too. Was that on the new rod or was that your rod?
No, that was on the one you gave me.
You're able to
first
cast that
cast.
jerk bait with the bait caster. I've never used. I never fish jerk baits. So
Yeah, it was not bad at all.
where's that pond at? It's Secret Pond.
It's in Sunfield.
The hell is Sunfield?
yeah,
Like
little-
southern Michigan.
No, Sunfield's like 15 minutes away from here.
Okay.
It's like over. It's
Sure.
west of Grand Ledge.
Isn't it like a
West of
Sunfield
Grand
Highway
Ledge.
or something?
Oh yeah, there's a Sunfield Highway west of Grand Ledge. Yep. Yeah, I caught like probably 5 bass. One was a little baby one.
Still counts.
But that bait, the bait caster you gave me, it like does this thing called backlash.
I told you to get those brakes up before you recast it, man.
And yeah, I didn't realize the terror that was to come, where you sit there for 10 minutes and you have to pull out a snag in the reel because it overspins.
There's trade-offs, dude, between that and the spinning. The spinning one, like, will never backlash, but will sometimes the line will keep twisting and twisting until it creates a wind knot, which I think a wind knot is kind of worse than a backlash.
I never had a wind knot.
I've never had that either.
If you fish long enough and then the fish are dangling and they spin around enough, they'll create. Yeah. They only have.
I thought it was like over time use.
Oh yeah, if you don't close your bail manually every single time you like auto close it while reeling, it's like a quarter turn of twist.
Damn, you got this down to a science, man.
I've watched every fishing video on YouTube. At one point, I watched every single sushi video on YouTube. It was like,
But I like the bait that you had on it. I casted that probably about 10 times.
that was a
Once I
chatterbait.
kind of figured out how to set the thing to not overrun, even though sometimes it still would. And do you drag your thumb on the
Some people will
string?
always use their thumb on it, so like it can never overrun, and they'll have like it on full speed all the time. But that's risky.
Oh, okay, I see. So maybe I got to just do a little bit of thumbing too.
Yeah, ideally you want it tight up so like the thing falls about this fast, like just like that.
Yep, and I just put a little topwater lure on instead of that one, and I think it was like the first cast hit with a bass. I swapped out the bait, and it just liked that. It was like topwater Rapala.
It was a clear, nice sunny day, so you sometimes like it's way better than the chatterbait's like a spinner bait where it's good for a windy, cloudy day.
Sure. Yeah, bass are fun. I'm not real good about getting them off the hook, so I sometimes needed Alex to help me. Because I'm still kind of learning. Because I'm scared because those little Rapalas have sometimes 2 or 3.
Yeah, they're called
like
treble hooks.
Triple hook barbs on them,
Treble
and
hooks.
then so you got the fish, and he's waggling, and you got to grab him by the lip right where those like 6 hooks are.
That's the biggest
then if he
reason I don't use
waggles-
those. Yeah, if they shake while you're holding them, you're gonna get a hook in your finger.
That's why I don't want to get them off the hook.
Well, if they're small enough, you can kind of squeeze them behind the head real hard.
Yeah, one of them I did that. But I do have fish gloves and
Gamer gloves.
a little hook grabber, but I catch the fish and then I'm not ready with the gloves and shit. So
you put them on after.
I know I need to get better about my process.
You wear just one glove all the time.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
like in golf. Use the hook. Use like the little grabber to get the hook out. And
Yeah,
that way
good-
there's
good
a little
call.
bit more room, and yeah.
Good call.
Yeah. But Dan, Bill's got your rod. I thought you probably would see him before
Ooh.
me, so it's
Yeah,
somewhere.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Gonna have to
It's pretty
try it
sweet.
out up north when I go camping out there. Just
Going
fishing
nice.
wherever I can.
Going to Ludington or like north?
Superior sometime.
Oh,
I
that's-
gotta figure out where we're going.
that's
but-
far.
Yeah, I got my tackle box cleaned out. It stank like shit. It's old as hell. But a lot of shit I wouldn't use anymore. So a lot of bobbers, because when I was younger, I had that thing for fucking ever. So.
Hey, dude, bobbers are always good. We're trying to get some gills.
Yeah. Yeah, nice to set depth on the hooks and shit, but
That's what I've been doing, just gilling. Gills are always biting.
True.
All right, what do we got here? Taco Bell, new flavors, guys. New flavors of Taco Bell. New Baja Blast, Laguna Lemonade, and Point Break Punch. Those are both surfer themed. Is Baja Blast a surfer themed Mountain Dew?
I mean, Baja Blast is so much better than the regular Dew. Regular Dew sucks.
I don't
And they
know
kept
the
getting
last
out all
time.
the different flavors. I mean, Code Red, when that came out, that changed the whole game. Then Live Wire, dude.
Live
Or
Wire.
Voltage, whatever.
They even have hard Mountain Dew. That's Mountain Dew with alcohol in
Yeah,
it.
I've been drinking those.
Drinking Mountain Dew heavy hards.
Dude, those ones are actually pretty taste for a shitty little hard drink.
100 calories, not too
Doesn't
bad.
like the sugar doesn't taste like weird or like the flavoring on it.
How
Try it out.
they take out the caffeine, so it's not like a Four Loko. Yeah.
I don't think they can do anything with caffeine and alcohol in the same, can they?
No, yeah, they banned it.
But yeah, I mix my hard Dew. I cut it with unhard Dew. You get a better effect. That way.
You're
More flavor.
you're like kind of chasing the hard.
Oh,
hard
it's
Dews with the
half and
regular Dew?
half.
All right.
Yeah.
I've done that
It's
before
almost
with
the same.
like a lemonade vodka mixed with lemonade.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, Bill, you drinking anything anymore? You back on the edge?
What am I drinking these days? I drink Deucers of Busch Light. I got nothing tonight. Yeah. It's been a few days,
All right,
Yep.
keep an edge then. Keep an edge.
Yep.
All right, you wanted to talk about French President Macron's wife hitting him?
Yeah, so I thought this was hot news, this is like NPC news where it's like
Yeah, it's all around the internet for whatever reason. I don't understand.
Because
Yep.
everyone knows they got a weird relationship, so anytime anything weird happens, they gotta bring it up.
Yep, so Macron, the president of France, gets slapped by his wife Bridget. It's almost like maybe
I know why. I just looked at an image of her.
maybe
What?
Looks insane.
She's just an old
maybe her
lady.
fingers stink, and then she like smell my fingers, and then he's like, ugh. But
I saw someone say she might have dementia, so she's just swinging because she's a violent dementia lady. But that's
That
just
wouldn't be fun.
alleged. They dismiss the images as inauthentic. I hate when they say they're fake, but everyone saw it happen. Like people just like when they tweet something crazy, they say they're hacked by default. Even if they're not. They said that they were joking around. Okay.
News is going
That's
to
a good cover-up.
consolidate to only news companies that are verified on the blockchain.
The only right wing.
I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, like, if the video came
How do you
from
verify on the blockchain? Like the computers decide if the news is real.
well, it verifies identity, so the source. So it could be if it's not from this account, then you know that it's not like it's some other thing, and those are going to be the only places that people go is the ones that got the blockchain verification.
People have been talking about blockchain for over 5 years now, and it hasn't gone anywhere.
They've been talking about hamburgers for over 100 years.
Hamburgers are all over, dude.
Well, you got to give it more time.
Yo, I saw a thing that said 75-25 hamburger is like 2,000 calories for a pound, while the 90-10 like extra lean ones are only like 500 calories for a pound, so a quarter of the calories.
A lot of fat.
It's just the
Makes
fat.
sense. But dude, like for the news, I noticed on Twitter they got rid of as many community notes. Like I don't see that shit like ever. And then when they initially rolled that
join the
out,
community notes team so you can always see it. I can see all of them all the time.
they hide them.
Suggested ones.
Yeah. But I mean, there's a lot of instances where I'd see they would change them. So it's like a forever changing truth to the matter. So like,
I think it's
eventually they'll
because
get it straight. Maybe
they like people instead of like adding community notes, they just ask Grok, "Is this true?" Or then Grok like always says the opposite of what they want. Like someone asked Grok, "Is Elon good for humanity or whatever?" And it's like, no. They're hoping it would say yes, Or Grok, has Doge done anything beneficial? And it says no.
Yeah, yes or no.
Yeah. They'll say yes, do like a one word answer, which really hurts them. Last weekend, Memorial Day weekend, was one of the highest grossing weekends ever in the movies.
That honestly
Movies are
sounds like
back.
fake news.
It's not, though. It's because the whole thing called counter programming. Lilo and Stitch came out, and Mission Impossible Final Reckoning came out. So like,
I did know somebody that went to Mission Impossible
Man.
from work.
a lot of that targets like the older white people with the Tom Cruise
Yeah.
stuff, and then Lilo and Stitch targets like younger people, and like a lot of Hispanic people go to see Disney movies.
Ah.
So that means that all 4 quadrants were checked there.
Whoa.
But I haven't seen the new Lilo and Stitch, but it's got really, really good audience scores. Or no, yeah,
Is this number 3? Did they do a second one already?
I don't. They probably did like a straight to DVD Lilo and Stitch, but this is a live action remake of the first one.
A live action one? That's badass. Who plays the girl and the mom, sister girl?
No idea, dude. This is them. But some crazy.
Oh, it's cute.
What happens in this one? Apparently, in the original, like Ohana means family, and they want to stick together. In this one, they spoilers. They give Stitch to the government, and Lilo goes into foster care while the older sister can go to college. That's how they end the movie. Like it's the opposite.
In this one,
and they changed the island that it takes place on because that's where the Disney resort is.
oh,
So,
that
like,
makes
so
sense.
they turned it into like a promotion for the Disney resort on Hawaii.
That kind of sucks though too.
Yeah, yes,
because it's not even for
'cause
the
the-
art.
'cause the
it's
original
just all
movie-
ads.
The original movie kind of like was anti-tourism. You know? So,
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's
Well, the Hawaiians never really like tourists.
They
Definitely
got rid of the big bad guy because they didn't want to CGI him, I guess. This is a relatively lower budget than the.
I do like that they didn't have really popular actresses or whatever in there. Like that's refreshing. You know, they don't have like the same 20 people.
Yeah,
But
this,
live action films, that's crazy.
I'm
so
done.
the
I'm
guy-
done- what?
oh, this is actually really interesting. The guy who created Lilo and Stitch, I think his name's Chris Sanders. He also did How to Train a Dragon. He went to the same like elementary and middle school as my mom, and my
Looked
mom.
up his website before.
Yeah, my mom grew up drawing a lot. She wanted to do art like growing up and stuff, and she beat him in a art contest one year, and then the next year he beat her, and he turned out to like create Lilo and Stitch and whatever else. What is it? How to Train Your Dragon.
Did your mom go to
And my
Cal
mom
Arts?
didn't do anything with art.
Did she go to Cal Arts?
Sag. Did who?
Where'd your mom go to college?
Oh, she like did a little bit of art college and then didn't go to college.
It's like, how did she like run into this guy?
Middle school. They
Oh.
went to the same yeah.
so way before
he was
that.
born in Colorado Springs. My mom. It was in Arvada.
Oh, this guy's
Colorado.
been with Disney since '88.
Yeah, he's right there. He went to Arvada High School in Arvada, Colorado, 1962. My mom was born in 1962, so they were in the same grade at the same high school.
Okay. This guy left Disney though for DreamWorks in 2007. Oh. He wrote Mulan. Lilo and Stitch. He did every director, writer, and other.
His movie.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
he directed and wrote How to Train Your Dragon and The Croods. Directed Call of the Wild and
That's
most
a pretty
recently
good-
The Wild. This guy's legit.
Dude, that's what I'm seeing. He wrote Mulan.
Yeah. Wow. But he did everything for Lilo and Stitch. That was like his movie. He's even a character designer.
Animation department. He worked on Beauty and the Beast in '91, Aladdin,
Storyboarder.
The Lion King.
Aladdin story. He's a storyboarder before he's writing in. That's cool. That means he from bottom to the top.
That's so awesome.
That's pretty cool. He's also working on they're doing a live action remake of How to Train Your Dragon, which I think is crazy because that movie only came out like 11 years ago, or no, like 15ish. And it's just like a shot for shot remake of the animated movie. Like what? For what?
Was it Tarzan? No, George of the Jungle, dude. Let's pull up a pic of George
Yeah.
of the Jungle.
Why? That's not
I love that
animated.
movie.
That's just like super ripped.
It's live action.
It's super ripped Brendan Fraser.
And yeah, he plays dumb caveman guy. It's so good.
He's Tarzan. It's literally Tarzan.
But isn't he? Why is he so dumb? Isn't Tarzan smart?
Tarzan shouldn't be smart, okay? Tarzan was raised by gorillas.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Been a couple Tarzans though. Couple
Oh,
Tarzans.
look at on the second row of the second picture. I loved that scene where he took the lion and spun him
There
around.
shouldn't even be a lion, right?
It's a stuffed lion.
Of course.
It's not a real lion.
But like lions
Oh.
don't live in the jungle. They live like in the more of the deserty areas, right?
Yeah, lions. Yeah, there'd be tigers. Big tigers in there.
I don't think there's tigers in Africa at all, man.
No, in
Wait,
in
where's
the
George the
Amazon.
Jungle from?
The jungle isn't it in Amazon?
That's South America jungle. Like
Right.
while Tarzan is Africa jungle.
Wouldn't he be black
The story
if he was
is
in the African jungle?
the story of Tarzan is like his parents are like explorers or hunters or whatever, and they crash there.
Okay.
Yeah, game hunters. I thought. I don't know though.
Okay, Tarzan, feral child raised by Mangani great apes. Edgar Rice Burroughs. It's called Tarzan of the Apes, 1912. That was when they had all
It's
those
pretty badass.
like African big game hunters starting out. All right, what else we got here? Chromebook TikTok challenge. What is this?
Have you guys heard about this?
No, man.
No.
Why?
But I like it already. These challenges are too good.
So, a lot of middle schools, high schools, they have like Chromebooks that they issue to all the kids because you just learn
You don't
on the
want
computer.
physical books.
No,
I mean,
it's
the
because
weight of the backpacks.
there's no snow days anymore. They send them home with these.
Oh, bummer, dude. Bummer.
Is that true? Crack, is that true?
Uh,
That's not true.
I think in northern states it is true.
I bet you all their
Makes
tests for
sense.
the most part are like on their computer and shit. You know, I don't know that they do paper tests. Like the lady probably just has an app where she just uploads the test and then they can go in and take the test.
Do you guys ever use
Who knows?
those blue book things in college? Because apparently those are back.
Blue book.
No, I've never used them, but I have seen them. It
I
never made
use
sense.
them in a couple classes.
Scantrons?
No, it's not a Scantron.
Blue book?
It's
yeah,
like-
I know. I'm just saying it's like a related.
But like it's so that they can force the students to hand write stuff. Because like everyone's using ChatGPT to graduate now, and they can't actually
Mhm.
do anything without it. So it's like, do you know anything?
Well, that's the thing that's great for them because they're going to get into the workforce and either they actually learn how to do things or they will be shitty, and then it's so much easier for people that actually work to succeed. So if you want to shoot yourself in the foot and not learn anything, you can, but you're going to have to learn something eventually.
It's like they're not learning how
Or-
to learn; they're just learning how to look up stuff. You know, which is
I mean,
way
there's a lot of
worse.
value there. There's a lot of value there.
It's limited. Can't
You can
but it
solve
can't
the
Big,
apply
big
concepts.
SEO.
Yeah. Okay, so they're shoving things in Chromebooks to set them on fire.
Yeah. Yeah, basically like you can like short it out if you put like a pencil or paper clips into like the USB ports and then it'll like short circuit and start flaming up and then it just melts down. So the kids are getting they're doing lots of vids on TikTok ruining the school computers, which by the way, we pay for the taxpayer if they're public schools. So
They can't-
these little shits
They can't charge the kids, right? Like, how do you stop this?
They might send notices home to the parents and say your kid is destroying. That's what I would do.
Because like
Make the parents
if
pay
a
for
kid
it.
broke like a computer lab computer, they wouldn't be held responsible for it, right?
Well, this is like gross negligence, not just like broke it. If you split the thing in half, I could see the school sending home a bill.
Like
You can't just like break all the shit.
if for example, if your mailman got caught jerking it onto a lab
In the computer lab.
in the computer lab 3 times, would he be held responsible for any damages to the computers? I don't know.
If he was coming on him, that's a different type of damage. But
Ask-
I mean, if
Ask him next time you see him.
dude, I have a funny story about the computer lab.
I don't get the reference, but I like that story.
We talked about it on the pod a couple. Few months
yeah,
ago.
yeah.
the same computer lab actually where that happened.
Jack Anderson.
J-Law, he got a letter in the mail one time with $1 in it, and it basically said, what you do is there's 5 people in a list, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with their name and address, and it says send $1 to the 5 people on this list. And then what you do is you take the top person and you knock them down one, and then the bottom person's off, and you're number 1 now. And you send the letter out. You copy the letter with the new order of people, and you send $1 to those 5.
This
just
is
because that's
chain mail.
Chain mail, yeah. And I was we were like, we're gonna do this, and so I printed out like 100 copies of this letter that was probably 3 pages. It like talked about Oprah and all this shit about how this thing is, and I had a stack like this that I printed in the computer lab for this chain mail. Put it in my backpack, and it was probably like 20 pounds.
That's a lot of money on
remember
stamps, man.
John got them from his mom, so his mom probably had a roll of stamps, and he's like, "Sweet," takes her stamps, or maybe she let us. But he
40 cents a piece back then.
He got dollars for probably like a year. Like it probably ended up coming in about like maybe 20, $25 came back.
Wow.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Thank you. Shut up.
Because over time, those people send the letters out and your name's still there if they do it right. And then it's supposed to be like you can reach a lot of people.
Could have just kept scaling, dude.
I know. Should have just kept sending them.
Could have started his own.
Did you guys have to
business.
do like a computer class in high school?
Yeah, dude. It was with Jack Anderson. Wacko Jacko.
They like make you type without looking at the keyboard. They give you like the little thing to
I never had to do typing.
cover over your hands. Oh.
I did. I learned how to do the typing at home.
So what was it?
No, we would learn like Microsoft Front Page and like which was like a website.
Oh,
building
actual
thing.
software. Yeah. I did that in middle school.
Learn like HTML.
But when I was doing like the computer thing in high school, we would grief the teacher and put trash in her computer and like unplug all the stuff in her computer. So when she's trying to like use the projector and like link her computer, she just couldn't.
You
Then
put
she'd
trash
open it up.
trash in the ports.
Yeah, we'd put pencils in the ports and shit open when she turns it on. It fucks it up. Never did. So it's funny to hear that, the Chromebooks are having that issue. But I can imagine, yeah, like paper clips.
Kids don't
do
change.
damage.
Yeah.
It was funny shit. She would like freak out at us every time, so guaranteed hoot and holler. But she ended up trying to like fail me out of the class, and she would just not grade any of the stuff I did, any of the work, even though I did it all correct, because you could verify it, after you got the grade and look at it and be like, well, that's right. Why am I getting an F? And I took it to the principal, and that was a funny thing.
She
was just trying to fail me.
You actually,
but she couldn't prove that I was griefing her. So.
Were you the one actually griefing her?
No.
It's been 20
But I did
years.
mess with her a lot.
Oh man.
I would mess with her a lot, but not to that extent. The other dudes were doing that, so it was funny to see. But
damn. All right.
Because I figured, you get tattled on, guaranteed. If we're like, no one's leaving until we find out who did it. They'd find out.
It's Catholic school, right?
Yeah.
Can always just ask for forgiveness. All right. Bill, who the hell is NBA Youngboy?
I mean, if you don't know NBA Youngboy, you're way out of touch. He's probably top 20. His YouTube videos drop. He was dropping songs like constantly, which no one was having volume like NBA Youngboy. He's hitting like 20 mil views like on the regular for his music videos. He's one of the most popular rappers, I would say, in the country.
But he's been in prison for a year?
Yeah. So
do?
obviously he's not been on it. I mean, it's probably racketeering or some shit, or drugs. Guns, drugs, racketeering. Is
weapons charges in Utah and prescription drug fraud. But he have Xannies.
Probably gone off the perks.
But Trump has pardoned NBA Youngboy. We got priorities.
That's badass.
For the culture.
It's badass.
It literally is for like the cultural vote.
Teens were losing their minds because NBA Youngboy's been gone. They need his music to get right.
Damn. You think that Trump's gonna pardon Diddy?
I hope not. That one, no.
He's not in the entertainment industry anymore, right? So
I think NBA YoungBoy's got like 8 kids or something crazy.
He also pardoned some people that did $30 million in false loans, some reality TV stars.
they
What
didn't
show
know what
were
they were
on?
doing. It was an accident.
Chris Lee knows best.
It was an accident.
Reality show with the convicted of bank fraud and tax evasion. It's an accident. It's a lot. Who's Larry Hoover? Former leader of the Gangster Disciples.
You don't know about Larry Hoover.
Convicted of murder in 1973.
That's a long time ago.
Okay.
Yep, change man, reform.
So why would they want to release him though?
For the culture.
He's getting old, dude. He's getting old. Let him live his life.
I think Trump's
He
trying to
learned.
get his approval rate up a little bit. A couple points.
Freeing the criminals? Hell yeah. Base.
Okay, so it's because of Alice Marie Johnson, who his unofficial pardon czar decided these people should get pardoned. She herself was pardoned by Trump in 2018.
Whoa, the pardon train.
All right. A corrupt New York union leader who didn't report $300,000 in gifts also getting pardoned.
I wonder how long he was in jail or how long he was supposed to be in for.
Why? What is the reason you would be pardoning a corrupt union guy?
If the sentence was unreasonable, or it was a setup.
Okay, dude.
Was it a setup? What happened?
I doubt it. Okay, former Republican another tax fraud guy getting pardoned. Paralyzed in a horse riding accident. Okay,
I don't get it.
and yeah, and this. All right, great, good pardons. Really,
Wait, at the bottom it said motivations. It said motivations for why.
what?
Up a little bit.
Trump's continued use of clemency powers to reward loyalist celebrities and those with political connections.
All right.
Several recipients have either supported him publicly or received backing from influential figures in his orbit, such as Alice Johnson or Kim Kardashian.
Huh.
Yep, he's pardoning who
Free the criminals.
celebrities tell him
for
to
your
pardon.
public image.
That's
Pretty
great.
sweet.
All right,
Huh.
time crystals, huh? These are things.
Yeah. What the heck is a time crystal? And why are physicists so obsessed with them? Well, I'll tell you. You know how we have states of matter like solid, liquid,
Plasma.
gas.
What even is a plasma?
It's anything
ionized.
with glass.
Ionized air.
Is glass a plasma? It's not a solid?
Glass is a plasma.
Is that true? Is
You gotta look
is
it up.
glass solid or plasma?
It's a sockwood.
What does AI say?
They're gonna say it's a solid, but
Why is this taking
know the
so
truth.
long?
Grok.
It's an amorphous solid.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
Ooh.
It's solid. It
that's
is
cool.
not a plasma. It says here.
No, that's AI.
Okay.
That's AI.
They're trying to keep us away from realizing
But,
glass has a lot of power.
Is time crystal one of those things that's just like named wrong to sound cool?
So a time crystal, it changes state over time, and it doesn't take any energy to do so. So if you think of like a clock to run forever, that's the type of like applications that you can have with a time crystal.
I mean, doesn't every element change state over time through the decay or whatever, like radioactive decay, or what's it called? Half-life. Huh? Half-life Alex. Half-life 2.
So they essentially move forever without consuming energy.
They exist in space? Like, are these like on the rings of Saturn? Like, where are these time crystals?
I think they produce them on Earth.
It seems
They're
like
all-
a B-movie technobabble.
So quantum computing, ultra stable timekeeping systems, because they maintain a state of periodic change without degradation.
Oh, so it's not like Half-Life, because those degrade.
Right.
You find bog standard crystals such as diamond and emerald or even ice cube. The crystal's atoms are somehow arranged in repeating patterns in space. Okay. I don't care about this. Why do we care about
So
this?
what if we take the fusion and we put it into the time crystals? So we like juice up the time crystals that never weaken, right? We juice them. And then they last forever and they're powerful. Like you know how you could have like one of those charger
Why are you
banks?
assuming that these crystals can hold any energy?
I'm thinking you zap that thing.
I thought we were supposed to be using like thorium or something. What happened to that?
Helium-3.
Isn't thorium supposed to be the next big thing?
If you time crystal up some helium-3, I'm serious, dude. What is going to happen? You could power your own AI chips infinitely, dude. You never will cease to exist. These time crystals, you have a permanent state in the world. You know, if you spend enough time with your AI, it knows who you are better than you do. Certainly it could be you. So with the time crystal that never degrades, juiced up by the helium-3 fusion the Chinese are making, this is permanent human. The chips, the quantum computing chips, you only need a stack to have all of the human knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
You're saying use them as storage.
Well, computational
Has anything
power.
said that like they're, I don't know, hard like diamonds, not damageable, or they'd be shattered like graphite? You're assuming a lot of stuff about these crystals, Bill.
I'm projecting
Okay.
into the future. But what happens is they can take all of humans and human experience, and if you want to call it a simulation, you could, but they could make it all happen in time crystal land. You know, with the quantum computers, the AI, permanent energy production. It's like, when did it begin? If it's just permanent, you know, never degrading energy. You know what I'm saying? It's another universe.
It began when you started doing it because you're saying you have to manually do this.
But if you're inside the time crystal universe and you look and you're like,
why are you assuming
it
there's a
just
universe
is?
inside the time crystal?
Because it's gonna have me a complete. It's gonna know me.
You're gonna go
you know,
inside the time crystal.
all of who I really am. You know what I'm saying?
Put me in there, coach.
Okay.
Like I live out here, but it's gonna be me in time crystal.
The time
but it's
crystal
gonna
is
be
kind of
everybody.
like a flash drive.
Kinda, yeah. But it's like it's life too. You know, it's a universe. It's a whole nother
Nothing in this
dimension.
has said that it's alive in any way.
What's alive about what we're doing now?
You react to like stuff like this.
Well, if you're in there,
sentience,
and it's got you know, energy moving around, you know, and that's essentially what the universe is. It's just energy moving around. It is another dimension of reality.
so do you like that means that Grok's alive too then?
It's on its way. You know, it's like 2 seconds after the Big Bang. You know, like or a millisecond after the Big Bang. That's what Grok is. It's kind of like, oh, it's maybe something, but we don't know. You know what happened before the Big Bang? They turned the time crystal world on.
All right,
you know what I'm saying?
You're just speaking nonsense. Let's move on. Time crystals, dude. What
I believe it.
This is what's coming out this week. Netflix, huh? What do we got here this week on Netflix? You guys watch Netflix? Sometimes, right?
No TV.
Negative.
The American Barbarian B movie. That's your favorite movie, right, Dad?
Never seen it.
I haven't either. But have you read the script though?
No.
There's like the meme.
Why should I have?
There's like the
read
meme
the
where like
script?
they post the entire script on stuff.
I don't like Seinfeld. Isn't that the Seinfeld guy?
Yeah, Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Got the original Dune, Blues Brothers, Equalizer. That's the movie with Denzel Washington where he shoots people.
Ooh.
Hitchcock, remember that? No, that's Hancock I'm thinking of. Never mind. Hop. That sounds like a movie about rabbits.
Yep.
Legend of Zorro. I think is that the one with Anthony Hopkins?
Antonio Banderas.
Both of them are in it.
Antonio.
Ooh.
There's an old Zorro and a young Zorro, and Antonio Banderas is the young Zorro. Neighbors, that's the movie with Zac Efron. That's coming out on Netflix, guys.
Before or after his face got weird?
Before, this is like 2011.
Oh, okay.
His face is kind of like the swelling's kind of gone away. He looks kind of normal again. I think he just like made a movie too quick after the surgery, where he fell down.
Okay.
You know,
he blasted his chin on a fountain.
The same people that pushed Jay Leno. All right, Now You See Me 1 and 2. Those are decent magic movies.
Ooh, like it.
It's Jesse Eisenberg in that. You guys remember? You ever seen The Nutty Professor?
Pretty good.
Pokemon Series XY. There's a show for the XY games. You watch these at all, Dan? You ever watched the Pokemon animated series? You're the biggest Pokemon fan of the three of us.
No, I mean, I barely remember the original Pokemon series. I thought it was just kind of insane. Like, Ash is so shitty to his own Pokemon.
He's supposed to be nicer than Gary.
Anything.
I watched the original and Johto. Like, up to around they had that Tracy guy he like existed to take pictures of Pokemon.
Dude, like, Ash just goes up to Lieutenant Surge and just beats the gym with he beats Raichu. It's like, what kind of world? And then he's like beating Brock's guy with the electric thing.
Yeah,
is that canon then, or is the game not? You know, so it's like, well, then what?
They ever explain what war Lieutenant Surge fought in? Like, what war were they fighting?
They don't need to get political.
But he was a lieutenant
from all the other.
Yeah, Raichu was a
self-proclaimed. You know,
you think it was just
LARPing? Like a nice title like that. Yeah, I mean, it's not stolen valor if there's no
valor to steal.
Be had in the Pokemon realm. But you know,
they got
could be a nice sounding name.
Theory of Everything. That's the movie with Stephen Hawking cheating on his wife with the nurse.
That's a good one.
The Town, honestly, pretty good movie. It's a bank heist movie with Ben Affleck and Jeremy Renner.
Ooh.
Us.
He got ran over by a big machine.
U571.
He just keeps talking. What is U5? You know what that is?
No, but it's like, what the fuck?
It looks like
oh, shit.
That's a McConaughey movie.
McConaughey?
From 2000. It's a submarine movie. Or I don't know. The Power Moves with Shaquille O'Neal. Barracuda Queen, Season 2. What the hell is that? Ginny in Georgia. Tires, Season 2. That's the Shane Gillis show. It's pretty good.
Ooh.
Not a lot of episodes, though. It's like 6 to 8 episodes. Some more Tyler Perry crap.
Crap?
You're a Tyler Perry fan?
Yeah, he came up. He was homeless, living in his car. And then I think Oprah put him on. And
why do you know about Tyler Perry?
Oprah was on when I was a kid.
Really.
You watched Oprah as a kid?
My mom did, and I knew about
TV
Oprah's
you
book
could
club.
watch.
Wasn't
She would
Oprah-
watch shit.
Wasn't Oprah on like when you're at school? Was Oprah on at 4? Like what?
Whenever you get off school.
This is before the OWN network.
Yeah. When was Oprah on? Was it like a noon show or a 4 p.m. show?
We had DVR.
Damn.
I never watched Oprah at all. I was a Maury watcher. Okay.
But that's where I got Eckhart Tolle from Oprah's book club. That was one of like the early Oprah book clubs.
You were influenced to read the books for middle-aged women. Okay.
Yeah, when I was like 13 or 14.
That's all you got.
I don't know any of these movies.
Cocaine Hair. Hell yeah.
Wait, there's a new Fairly Odd Parents season?
If the animation's going to be yucky, boo.
Grey's Anatomy season 21. If anyone's still watching season 21.
I didn't like the animation of the original Fairly Odd Parents. This shit was crazy.
Yeah, I like the original. The Last Witch Hunter, that's a Vin Diesel Witch Hunter movie.
Do you remember when they did the 3D Jimmy Neutron? They tried to make it like
crossover.
It was like the debut. It was like kind of weird.
Well, Jimmy Neutron was always 3D.
No.
Are you talking about the 3D Timmy Turner? You're Timmy Turner, so you're
yeah.
Jimmy Neutron, wasn't it?
Jimmy Neutron was always 3D, but they did a crossover with Fairly Odd Parents where Timmy Turner became 3D. Right?
Okay, that's probably the same thing.
That's the crossover event. Unless they did the other way around where they made Jimmy Neutron 2D. Scandal seasons 1 through 7. Gross. I don't know. The Waterfront, don't know what that is. The Intern. You guys were.
So when they add something, are they cycling out, getting rid of another, or is it just? There's no way they can just keep all that on.
They don't necessarily.
Netflix would be too good of value.
They get like multi-year license deals. So they don't even say how long this is going to be on here for. But Disney.
Wait, go down to the bottom. What was that? Those last couple I said
Squid Game
train
season
wreck
3?
poop cruise. Let's pull that one up, and then we also need to pull up Steph Tolev Filth Queen. I want to see what's going on with this.
Finally, something to look forward to.
Train wreck
Poop cruise.
Well, it's not weird because there's the poop deck on the ship, so you just gotta relax and not think it's some perverted.
It's about a cruise ship getting stuck at sea with 4,000 passengers.
Why did they call it the poop cruise?
Because they had no plumbing.
Where were they
the ocean?
pooping?
I don't.
We need to find out where they were pooping real quick.
Why?
I'll look up the poop cruise. I want to know about this.
It's unbelievable they wouldn't just toss it overboard.
Who is Steph Tolev? She's a stand-up comic.
Oh, she's too raunchy, dude.
Yes.
Not actual stank.
Oh
Okay.
no, dude. Without power, toilets overflowed, sewage backed up and ran through the halls and walls. Passengers created makeshift bathrooms using plastic bags.
So they're just going in the toilet with the power off? That's psychotic shit.
They're just throwing them over their side.
Sewage rivers, dude,
Sewage
in the hallways. That's crazy. Poop cruise, dude. Wait, so who is the Filth Queen?
It's a stand-up comic from Toronto.
Oh, okay. That was gonna be cool.
Also, this weekend, the new Karate Kid comes out. So, that's a happening. It's got Jackie Chan
Nice.
and Ralph Macchio. So it's got Jackie
Ooh.
Chan from the Jaden Smith Karate Kid, and Ralph Macchio was the original Karate Kid. So he's supposed to do kung fu and karate, but there's also boxing in the movie. So looks pretty good
All right.
for a Karate Kid movie.
I don't think I probably watched part of it, but I don't know anything about it. But everyone's like, "Oh, your name's Danielson."
Oh, yeah,
and I'm
dude.
like, "Oh yeah,
That'll do
I know
it.
about that, but no, nothing. I never watched it. It's kind of weird.
Well,
It's like I always
Karate
owed
Kid,
it to them, everyone who said my name like that, Danielson. But then I never ended up watching it because just, it's a classic. But
it's
there's
a great
too
movie,
many
dude.
classics.
Yeah,
It's too
but
many
it's one of the
classics.
ones worth watching. It's about this kid who gets bullied. Then he learns how to do karate from like his neighbor dude, this old guy, and he teaches him in a kind of a weird way. Like instead of teaching him moves, he teaches him wax on, wax off.
He doesn't even know he's learned. Yeah,
He teaches him like patience and stuff. But in the end, he beats the guy with the crane kick because the guy sweeps his leg. The guy sweeps his leg and kind of like damages his leg, and you don't know if he's going to continue on or have to forfeit the final match because the bad guy tells him tells the other kid to cheat. That's where the phrase "sweep the leg" comes from.
So he never gets revenge on the bullies. He just
He does. He
progresses
wins.
to.
He wins in the end. He does a one-legged crane kick.
So he's in like a fighting tournament.
Yes.
Gets bullied.
No. He joins the fighting tournament like after he starts learning karate because he gets beat up from the bullies. But they did like a 6-season show with the original kid plus the bully as like the old two guys that have their own dojos. So this is kind of like a movie set after the series. I think it started on YouTube. It was when YouTube was doing TV shows. It was a couple
So
years ago.
Netflix got the WWE, is that right?
Netflix has Monday Night Raw. So it has,
Is that going well?
I think so. It's like it's a little annoying though, because like you watch UFC and like when they do UFC, like they always cut to the audience and show random celebrities you don't care about, right? So now since WWE's on Netflix on Mondays, they show like celebrities like fucking Burt Kreischer or like Kill Tony that people don't like. People will boo when they show.
Nice.
Oh man, but yeah. And they show like random sport, but it's since they merged with that TKO company, they've done a lot more commercial stuff. Like the ring is full of ads now.
No.
It doesn't look very good. It's like bad sponsors too.
Like the overlay they do on football and shit, or is it like actual?
No,
like people that are there live actually see all of it. Too?
Yeah. The ring has like sponsors in the middle, the
That's crazy.
corners. Like they're sponsored by like
Yeah.
the Doom game, or like that movie where the guy couldn't feel pain. Just not the best sponsor. Like, they never have great sponsors anyway. Like a lot of times the main sponsor for the episode of wrestling is Snickers or Cricket Wireless. Like really low end.
Dissing Snickers, bro.
Snickers is your main
That's your
sponsor.
funeral.
Like,
Snickers is
good.
bad.
it's a candy
Snicker-
bar.
Well,
Do I need to try
Well-
one? It's been a while. I feel like it would taste fake, like fake food.
They're,
Does it taste like real?
they're good, but it's like
Nougat's real food.
I like nougat.
sometimes they get like Progressive as a sponsor, and that feels a little better.
I mean, Snickers is the best of like those chocolate bars because you ever have like what is it, the Mars that's just nougat?
No, I've never
Or is it more
ever
nougat
had a
and
Mars
caramel?
bar. Where do you even get a Mars bar?
Is it a Mars bar?
I thought Mars bars
Um,
were British.
There's like the shitty Snickers.
Yeah, UK
I
style
think it
Mars
is
bar.
Mars.
Where
It
have you
doesn't
had a
have any
Mars
peanuts.
bar?
I used to get them in my my Halloween bag.
That's like the Three Musketeers, right? No, that's not nougat. Shit.
Three Musketeers are not
there's-
that bad. They have like a
the
creamy
peanut
foam
one.
in them.
What's the peanut one?
100 grand. Payday.
100 grand. Payday.
Baby Ruth.
Is that the one with Almond
Baby
Joy?
Ruth.
There's so many nut-based candy bars. What's the other one? Butterfinger. Butterfinger, I feel like it's not that great. A little dry.
I never liked it.
I like Butterfinger.
My favorite's
It just
probably
gets stuck in your teeth. Overrated.
probably
I'll tell you what I am.
Twix.
Reese's hater.
Reese's
Yeah,
number
Reese's
one
overrated.
number one candy bar in Michigan is Reese's.
Yep, I am a hater. Never
Why?
liked it. It's like, the peanut butter sucks. It's like,
I like them, but not only a couple. I used to really like
I would eat-
Smarties as a kid. You guys ever like Smarties? Now
No,
it's
that
like
shit
eating
sucks.
chalk.
yeah, that shit sucks.
I would never eat
I
Smarties.
was only
now.
given the Nabisco wafers, so
Wow,
Ooh.
dude. You weren't allowed to have sugar, huh?
I pretended they were Eucharist every time.
That's so
I
Catholic.
like the Sprees, or was it, there was Sprees?
Chewy Sprees were good. Non-chewy
Yeah.
Sprees, not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the chocolate bar shit just gets. There's just too many of them, and then you have one, and it's like. I think I used to have a favorite as a kid, but nowadays it's like I never get them anyways. It's like what would be ones I like now, you know?
Crunch bars,
taste
man. I love
changes.
Crunch bars.
Yeah.
I didn't like the Crunch bars. The chocolate like sucked.
I always like the white chocolate cookies and cream Hershey bars too.
Okay.
Not a fan of the regular Hershey bar, but the white one. That's good.
Yeah, I used to get that almond toffee symphony.
We learned Dan's a Toblerone. Toblerone. I don't think I had a single Toblerone as a kid, but
You have one eventually, because it will happen.
I've never had a Toblerone.
You can thank me later.
One of the 30 pounders.
Yeah, you need to get this name.
All right, in our India news story of the day.
Oh,
Rachel Gupta. White name, but she is Indian.
Why is this
Gupta.
Gupta is not a white name?
Rachel?
Okay,
Rachel?
But Gupta.
All right, we'll
The
give her
most
Gupta.
famous Gupta is Sanjay.
Who's that?
He's like the medical guy in CNN.
Okay, Sanjay Gupta. Maybe it's her brother.
No,
She
it's not.
is the Miss Grand International, which sounds like some random beauty pageant. I thought this was Miss World or something
What'd
better.
she do?
She says that she stepped away from Miss Grand International. She won in 2024. She says she stepped away from the title, but the the beauty pageant society, they said that they kicked her out because of toxic behavior and broken promises. Or wait, no, that's what she said.
Yeah, she said, yeah.
title
But-
revoked.
What really happened? There's not a lot. Okay.
We made the wrong choice.
She said she left, but they're saying that they kicked her out.
Where did you find this?
India Times.
This is firstpost.com.
I got India Times here. Let's see.
This is actually a reveal. What happened?
This is the official announcement from Miss Grand International. The Miss Grand International hereby announces the termination of Miss Rachel Gupta's title as Miss Grand International effective immediately. This decision follows her failure to fulfill her assigned duties engagement in external projects without prior
Duties.
approval from the
They have to
organization.
basically go on tour after they win.
Yep,
Because
and
you're
her
like
refusal
the
to.
number one for until someone else gets announced. That's big responsibility. I had no idea.
They kicked her
Feel
out.
bad. Feel bad.
Well, I mean, if you like kind of sign up to do a job and you don't do it, then they're gonna demote you and pick Miss Philippines here.
She's probably just a diva, and she's
Well,
like, My
Or
dad
maybe the
owns-
behind the scenes people were being real shitty to her. That happens.
that could be.
it's like
I
when you
like
get
that.
hired for a job and then the boss changes and you're like, wait a second, I don't know if I'm not cool with this anymore. Maybe it was a situation like that.
She's 21.
That's a pretty standard age for a beauty pageant queen. All right. Also, huge news here. The Elmo and the Rizzler have teamed up.
No, that's AI, dude.
No, it's not.
That's AI.
So that means that the Rizzler has peaked. He is now on Sesame Street, which is now on Netflix, by the way.
He's probably going to be in the action films. He's going to be the next Jack Black. We can call it now. Get that out of the way.
No, I think he gets fit
Not a chance.
into his teens. Like when he gets a teen, he gets to be a teen. He's
He
gonna
looks like
work
he's
out.
lost a little bit of weight.
I think he's going to be shredded.
I don't think he's going to be sure. He's going to be like Ronnie from Jersey Shore. Hopefully,
He's pretty shredded.
hopefully he
He's
doesn't
like a meatball.
Hopefully he doesn't beat his girlfriend.
Dude, the situation is like the coolest name.
He's going to be Ronnie.
I never watched Jersey Shore. I just knew it
You're not
existed.
missing anything, dude.
Ronnie's
Oh, I
short.
know, but
Let's see how short Ronnie is.
What? He is a little guy next to the situation right there. He's a little guy.
He's 5'6".
No way, dude. Wait. Vinny's only 5'7".
Is that real? That's not real.
That's kind of surprising.
I'm looking it up. How tall is
Who
Vinny? There's
cares
no
if this
way.
is real, dude?
Dude, he's 5'7", it says.
Ronnie?
No, Vinny.
Yeah,
I always thought he was bigger.
the only one that's 5'11" is Mike the Situation. You think he still has the situation? No, they're still doing stuff.
what does that mean?
They do like a
This guy.
family vacation, they call it. They all get together and hang out for the weekend. And now
I think
it's all run by Mike the Situation.
Pauly D turned out to be like a really successful DJ.
Pauly D is somehow not a bad guy.
Yeah, he's a really successful DJ.
Ronnie's not part of it anymore because he beat his wife. So they deleted him.
Ooh.
He's gone now.
Yep, Snooki.
I-
Everyone wanted to make Snooki look bad for being little fat
Wasn't like
yelling
Snooki and JWoww not even Italian?
They were phonies.
Her name's Polizzi. Oh,
Oh,
she's from Chile.
Taking 2 DNA tests to determine genetic. Okay, the first DNA test is European, Asian, and Jewish. Native Chilean, European. So she's not Italian, but she was raised by Italian parents.
It's all about the hair and the attitude.
She's only 37.
Being tan.
It's about the gym tan of the laundry.
Right, GTL, baby.
Laundry.
Gym tan laundry.
Notice the episodes
Why
of,
is
of them just like waiting
is
for
laundry?
the taxi to show up. Taxi's here.
Because, the laundry, they get their laundry done, so they got to go pick it up so they can be fresh for going out on the town and raging, fist bumping. And they say, how many grenades are you going to pick up tonight? And the goal is dodge the grenades. You don't want to get a grenade because those are like the nasty bitches. So they're dodging the grenades.
They've had 7 shows. That's insane. Okay, JWoww is Irish Spanish. They have the ethnicities listed on the Jersey Shore. All right. Dina is Italian. Pauly D is Italian. Sammy Sweetheart is Italian Greek. Vinny, of course, Italian. Ronnie, Italian Puerto Rican. Angelina is Polish Italian. Well, Snooki here is born in Chile, adopted by Italian parents, and with the situation Italian. That's crazy they have their ethnicities listed on the wiki like that.
That's pretty awesome.
I'm not a fan. Remember the first time I watched like the pilot episode, and it felt like they were fighting over nothing. Like the producer told them to hate each other.
I feel like that was like a defining moment for reality TV, though.
It was like
that
one of the
show-
first. It was 2007.
Yeah,
It wasn't like
it.
they already had Real World and Road Rules, but this show was like a more targeted,
Yeah,
more
real
more
world,
niche.
right?
Real World was like just a bunch of people hanging out at a house. But
Well,
this
there was
was
Big Brother.
Big Brother.
There
is
Survivor was the OG. Survivor was the OG.
Was Real Survivor before Real World?
I think so. Maybe not.
Real World started 1992.
Oh my gosh, that's way before Survivor.
Survivor had to be the 90s. Not 2000.
2000.
But Survivor's a challenge show.
yeah,
Isn't
yeah.
Big Brother a challenge show? Those are both CBS reality shows.
Yeah, it's like one's outside and one's inside.
Real World wasn't a challenge show. Real World was
What
more
even is Big Brother?
Big Brother is like they have a bunch of people in a house and they like vote each other off. You don't vote each other off on Real World or Jersey Shore. You do vote each other off on Survivor.
And they do activities, and like sometimes people bang.
I never
And they,
watched
like-
these CBS ones, but you're clearly a CBS one.
Unscripted activity.
Bill, you watched
When I was a kid,
yeah,
this
you,
is what my family
when you were a
had
kid.
on.
You said you watched Bing Bong Now. That's a CBS show.
Bing Bong.
Bazinga.
Oh yeah, Bazinga. Yeah. I didn't watch that when I was younger though.
You're like,
that was within the last probably 8 years that I watched Bing Bong.
And it finally got good.
After it ended. Oh man. All right. What else we got here? What do you guys got?
Yeah, reality TV now is what, Twitch, right? Or
Yes. Yeah, they have IRL streams.
it just got replaced.
If I'm gonna watch an IRL stream, I'll put on Extra Emily, and she's just like walking
Airsoft
around
Fatty.
being crazy.
You watch the Airsoft Fatty lives?
Was he live on Kick? What's he live on?
He's live on YouTube.
I don't really watch YouTube lives other than like
Dude,
H3.
we got to go to Ann Arbor for the weed convention he goes to. There we go.
That'd be badass.
You just
You
wanna
can meet him.
Yeah.
Does he still live in Battle Creek?
I don't know. I think he moved, but I don't know where he's at. It's got to still be Michigan native now, unless he's out in Cali or Texas, wherever the people are at.
I thought he was living
He's
with Sam Hyde, the fish tank show or whatever, right? Is that over?
He's back in his tiny house because he got a tiny house like donated to him.
Yeah, right. I just figured that's got to be Michigan.
He probably
this
is
is
in
his actual Facebook.
That looks like Michigan.
Yep, still in the creek, just different locale.
Didn't his mom
But
die?
he's been losing weight. Did you guys know he's been losing weight?
Yeah, I could see that here. Is he still hanging out with that guy that beat the shit out of him?
What was his name? Richard or something?
I don't know, man. He went full force. This looks like the other guy that was like is saving his life, or you could look at it as like exploiting him for profit, but
Right.
keeping his life on track. The guy's definitely making money off him. He's like his manager.
He does like workout streams in his tiny house, and at the end he'll get out the scale and then he'll cry.
Why? Because he's lost weight.
He's an emotional guy.
Yeah, he's lost weight. He's very.
He lives in
emotional.
Clio.
Moved to Clio, huh?
Where is
Up
Clio?
north?
Where the heck is this? Wow. Okay. It's south of Saginaw, north of Grand Blanc. I have never been to this area before.
It's a bad time.
Northern Flint.
I'm not showing
So-
That's
this.
like where
Sag.
Long Neck's from.
Really?
I think Long Neck's from out there.
Holy
Look up Long
shit.
Neck real quick.
I don't know
Let's
he's a
see.
Michigan guy.
I think he is.
That furthers the lore.
Long neck.
Maybe he's not. He seems like a Flint guy. I think he is. Can you look up Long Neck real quick?
Where's
That's sweet. It makes me more proud to be a Michigan native now.
Hey, our biggest Michigan native is Tim Robinson.
Oh, he's from China. Shit.
What is his name?
His name's Long Neck.
It's not.
Yeah, look up Long Neck.
It's not finding long. It's
Just
Croc,
Google
where is
Long Neck.
he's the guy that's on the Mateo pod, right?
Daddy Long Neck. Yeah, we gotta get in here.
Daddy. Okay. Where?
So he changed his name.
We need to find his
He has Marfan syndrome.
Yeah, it says Daddy Longneck in Flint, Michigan.
He lives in Coventry, UK.
No.
Is he British?
No, that's not him. No, scroll up. And that first video it says Daddy Longneck in Flint.
Yeah, but that could just be at its, show. No? Lived in Flint, Mish. Wow. Has lived. Oh, okay.
That's too bad.
Man,
You don't want to
we
live.
got
seems
some
like
stars out here.
Seems like a Flint guy.
You gotta visit Flint to get a feel for where Longneck came up.
I think ProZD is from East Lansing or Lansing.
Who?
The Asian guy on YouTube that does voices and reviews food.
Oh, yeah.
He sang Katy Perry's Firework in the voice of Goofy. Yeah, that one.
Missed that one. Missed that one.
Yes,
I'll check it out.
Bill, you working on any music, dude?
Dude, you
I
had a
kinda
banger
wrote-
the other night, right? You had like a 2-min.
You want to play that?
What was it?
Where is it?
What did I do?
You tell me, dude. It's your song.
That was D&D themed something.
Did we already play those ones on here?
No, this is Chuck and Ed too.
Oh, that was Chuck and Ed. Yeah,
that-
we
is
got
that
Chuck
new?
and Ed. No, that's old. That's old.
old,
I was
Chuck and Ed.
because what happened was there's a
Agreed.
couple people that Chuck works with and knew in the group chat one night, and we listened to my other raps, and they were impressed.
I squashed my non-existent beef with Chuck the other night.
Did you?
Yeah.
What? Oh, you thought he hated you?
No, he thinks I hate him.
No, he did. Chuck rages at B. He's. I don't even know what he would say.
Is it for the Asman?
I don't think you should put so much care into what influencers think.
He loves Asmongold. He's
Wow.
got good takes. That's the Chuck quote, direct from the Chuck.
He doesn't even. His takes are just fence sitting. It's whatever. Okay. Oh, man.
But yeah, they know Ed. Those guys know Ed, so I showed him the song Chuck and Ed, where Chuck and Ed are gay. It's the Chuck and Ed,
Which is an AI written song that you rap over.
yeah. Well, I wrote the beat. The beat's mine. It wrote the lyrics. I gave it the concept of Chuck and
Okay.
Ed.
You're doing at least 2/3 of it. You're just not a songwriter.
Yeah, the whole lyric thing. Yeah.
What?
Like I can do a concept, but writing out the whole thing, it's like a papers do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, you're already doing a lot of work getting it actually out.
Do you
so.
at least edit them at all, or do you just take the straight copy pasted?
Depends. A lot of times it needs tweaks. I mean, rarely does AI like if you're doing something creative, it's gonna work on the first try. Like you need to iterate based off what it gives you.
All right. Well, this has been. Well, let's give a shout out to Ian. Ian's in Alaska right now. Oh wait, let's before we end the episode.
What?
Ian wanted to talk about sweet pickles.
What's he doing in Alaska?
Family vacation.
That's cool.
Damn. They rich.
Yeah, that's rich, dude.
They
My family
rich.
doesn't even see each other anymore.
He didn't grow up rich. It's his mom's doing better now that they're old.
Alaska though? That's crazy. That's way out.
You see,
Maybe it's not a lot of money, but I feel like
posted at 11 p.m.
Alaska's a
last
rich
night that he
place.
was drunk in Alaska. So,
Well,
is he going hunting out there or like
what about those sweet pickles though? You know, he's go hunting, dude. They're like
I'm like what do you see in Alaska? You
I
know,
don't
like
they're like
outdoor shit. I don't know.
they're outdoors taking pictures of rocks. I don't know.
swimming in caldera.
Geologists.
Raisins.
Raisins generally down thumb unless they're in cookies or like a bar.
I agree on that. Raisins not that good themselves. Time does not exist in Alaska. I don't know what that means. Maybe that's because like the sun doesn't go down there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
During
weird.
the summer, they have really long days.
probably in long day mode right now.
Gotta be.
Probably 22 hours of sunlight. You pull it up, Anchorage, 22 hours, see if it's there.
Anchorage.
Dude, raisins are children's food. Adults don't eat that, right?
Yeah.
You get
raisins are
past
weird.
raisins because you're not a kid anymore.
It's
You don't
18
ever
and
buy
a
it.
half hours right now.
All right.
That's where that movie is, though, with the vampires, because in the winter, they go 30 days
Right.
with no sun. That's one of the better
Mm.
vampire movies. 30 Days of Night, starring Josh
I don't believe in
Hartnett.
vampires.
Well, you don't have to because they're not real. You can
That's
still
not
like
what history
vampire movies.
says.
Vlad the Impaler, just because he was impaling people doesn't make him a vampire.
What about Nosferatu?
That is Nosferatu is a ripoff of Dracula. It's a fiction book.
It's deep lore
It's
in the hearts of Russo, woods.
It's
The
literally
Siberian-
a knockoff story of Dracula, of Bram Stoker's Dracula.
That's like saying Cthulhu's fake, Lidge. Come on.
Cthulhu
No, that
is
shit's
made
fake.
up by H.P. Lovecraft. What do you mean?
Yeah. Based off
just
of
'cause-
historical events. I mean, what are you going to do?
What historical event did the tentacle monsters do?
We look up the association with the diocese and the fish hats and
What is your
You know.
who's your favorite H.P. Lovecraftian horror monster?
I read a couple of his books, but not many, and it was 2 years ago, so I don't remember anything.
Ian used to call me one of them. It was like the
I
god of
don't know.
stupidity or something.
I tried I read one and started the other one, yeah, and I just couldn't. Because
What-
reading horror is like a whole different kind of. I don't know. I mean, I wanted to get into it just for the lore of Lovecraft, but yeah,
Azazoth. He said, "I'm Azazoth."
Azathoth.
Azathoth.
that's like flying spaghetti monster.
The blind idiot god. That's what he was calling me.
Whoa.
There you go.
Sounds rude.
Ian can be rude.
Relatives, one of them is Nug.
Yog Sothoth, which I think is Yog Saren. Like a lot of the World of Warcraft bosses are named after these guys.
Dude, look at
Historical
Nug.
figure.
Pull up Nug real quick.
His name is just Nug. Nug and Yeb, the twin blasphemies. How did he? Okay, let's not say that. Okay,
Well, you knew H.P. Lovecraft's cat, right?
H.P. Lovecraft didn't like black people, right? That's a thing.
No, I was talking about his cat.
No.
No.
There's that HBO show called Lovecraft Country that was all black people, which is really good. Starred Jonathan Majors, who's gone now. Did he create these goetic demons or no? I don't know which characters he made up. Is it all? This is so many.
Well, all the roots come from something, so
Do they, or did he just make them
Dreamlands.
up? Cthulhu.
Shifting water.
Last boss of Encourage 40. Cthulhu. Named after Cthulhu.
Get that scarab mount. That was, you wish. But
Oh, we had a topic from longtime viewer that didn't want to be named. I think I showed this to Bill when I got the text message.
Oh yeah, who was that?
Well, he didn't want his name.
Dude,
mystery viewer.
at the baby shower, they did like little games, and Nick's dad goes, "I'm not playing."
Yeah. Of course not, dude.
Like what
Like-
kind of games? Not like card, just
Like
everyone
little
interact with each
word
other?
association, like unscramble the baby name or something, or like I don't even know, dude. And then there was other they had like 5 baby games, and
It's my sister and her girlfriend's first time doing a baby shower. I think they did a great job.
I do too.
Right, he says, introduce the topic as having been brought up by a, quote, longtime viewer and very dear friend of the show. Please don't use my name. But the question is, what is the drag and drop consensus on John Krasinski?
I go
Yes.
He's Jim from The
generally
Office.
favorable. Generally favorable.
Yeah. I haven't
I'd
watched...
give him a, hey, dude, I got a spare bed at the house if you want to.
You'd let John Krasinski live with you, is what you're saying.
For a night.
The
You know
guy-
what I'm saying? He might bring over like something interesting, like a party favor, like a bottle of wine or like some cheese. And we can enjoy that together.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, and I have no idea what he's in other than
The-
what, Quiet Place.
He's from Jim from The Office. He's also in...
Oh,
I think he's
I
in...
never watched that.
Is it like Zero... It's not Zero Dark 30, is it? No, it's like... It's some other movie like Zero Dark 30.
Jim and Payne.
Pam.
Is he?
But why would he wonder about
I don't-
what we think about John Krasinski? Does he like really love
Huh?
Office?
No. I don't know why he's
Does not
asking.
love
He didn't follow up on that.
Weird.
But what is John Krasinski in? A lot of movies. A lot of war-related movies. Also, he's the bad guy in this Matt Damon movie called Promised Land. You guys ever see this movie? It's about a company trying to buy land for fracking rights. And like Matt Damon starts feeling bad about doing his job, so they send in John Krasinski to like try to steal his girlfriend and get people to sell their land for fracking rights. Because
Did he do a good job?
Well, he did a good job being a bad guy, yeah.
Ooh.
But the movie's about, fracking where like you could like light your kitchen sink water on fire because it's leaking gas out of it.
Yeah.
Kind of like a modern day selling your land for oil rights. He's in the Jack Ryan movies. Jack Ryan.
Yeah, very rich, very hot, right?
Yeah, he's
Hot rich guy.
he's with Emily Blunt.
Very hot.
Have you guys
Super
have you
hot
guys
guy.
seen
He's got fire in the back.
I generally don't like Tom Cruise, but there's that Tom Cruise movie with Emily Blunt. You know what I'm talking
Mission
about?
Impossible.
No.
Top Gun.
Edge of Tomorrow. Have you seen Edge of Tomorrow?
Is that with like the big wave?
No, it's like Tom Cruise dies over and over again and keeps resetting the day.
Oh, he's in a time crystal. Damn.
He's in a time crystal. No, look, so the aliens are like he's like infected with some weird alien blood that makes him reset the day over and over again. And Emily Blunt's character also experienced that. But he's got to they got to defeat the aliens by getting through the day perfectly, and he just dies over and over and over and over until they defeat the alien, then he no longer resets. That's the movie. I just kind of spoiled it, but it's great. It's based off a movie called Live, Die, Repeat. It was originally called Live, Die, Repeat, but they changed the name to Edge of Tomorrow. It's honestly probably a top 10 2014 sci-fi movie.
Dang.
There's not a lot it's competing with. But if you're ever going to watch a one-off sci-fi movie, give this one a shot. It's got Bill Paxton.
Wait for
in
it to come out on Netflix.
Oh, I think it's on, probably. Is it? I have no idea.
Gotta go on Tubi.
Tubi, dude.
Tubi.
No, it's not on any service, actually.
Yep.
Get it
They
paid.
keep all the good movies off there.
They do, dude.
They'll put good movies on for like a month and be like, well, you missed it.
I'm thinking about getting one of those disc readers for my PS5 so I can watch Blu-rays. Like, how else?
That'd be nice.
Does anybody have Blu-ray players? Like, do you have one, Bill? Like, how do you watch?
I have a Xbox.
I bought one.
Does Xbox One even do 4K though?
I don't think mine does, but my TV is only 1800 or 1080.
You don't have 4K.
Yeah.
You don't need it.
When I got my first big boy job, that was the first thing I bought was a 65-inch.
Hell yeah.
$1,500 back
God
in the day.
damn, dude.
Damn. TVs got so cheap.
My 65-inch 4K TV was like $550.
Yeah, this was like one of the first smart TVs. It was like early smart. It was, I think 2014 I bought
It's
it.
gotta be heavy, dude.
Wait. Does the smart programs
Can't
don't
get rid of
even
it. It's
work.
too heavy to move out.
It's like a lot of those old TVs, they just stop updating the programs and
It doesn't work.
the hardware is
Yeah, the
terrible.
smart doesn't work.
That's why he's got Xbox.
That's right.
But
My Xbox
that's
One.
why I've always used the Chromecast, and the Chromecast has its own processor in it.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about getting one, the Amazon one or whatever, Fire Stick or something.
Don't get the
Is that not the one?
Bezos. Get a
new TV,
Chromecast.
bro. Treat yourself.
Get a Chromecast, man.
Chromecast.
The Chromecast
Get a
4K
new TV.
one.
They got all the apps on.
You can get the
there.
Chromecast 1080 one for only $30, and that's what I use on two of my
Ooh,
TVs.
That's probably better.
It's only $30. Has a remote. You can talk into the remote. It's great. You can cast from your phone.
Nice.
I think it's the best one. We can make it so it doesn't have any ads at all whatsoever. So that's the thing with the Fire Stick. You're gonna have ads all over it.
Oh, that bugs
With
me.
the Chromecast, you can literally disable all suggestions and have just the apps.
Nice.
Closer to like a Roku. Yeah. Right.
The logo?
We've been going over an hour and a half, so it's time to stop.
Okay.
So
Longest episode of all time.
it is actually the
We can keep going. Just the rest of the night.
just the rest of the night.
We just upload an 8-hour pod. We could take a nap in the back.
Lay on the floor, dude. Alright.
Sleeping pod. Yeah.
This has been episode 57. We need you to subscribe and keep watching the shorts. The 3 shorts I made this week did great.
Ooh,
They're about
very good.
Bill talking about the part of the chicken
Yeah,
that
thanks
is
to
the nugget.
Bill.
Yeah.
That's the kind of bait engagement we need, boy.
Got him.
The chicken part that is the nugget. And not understanding how rocket ship countdowns work.
Yep.
Two people commented and explained it though.
You know, I think that's a good thing we can do is pretend to be stupid on subjects.
Are you
Or
pretending?
subjects that we're actually stupid on. Yeah, right. But bring up stuff so that people can tell us what the truth is. So or we could say something blatantly wrong so that they can correct us in the comments and tell us why they're smart.
Great.
Bait them into telling us why they're so smart.
All right. Please like, share with your grandma. Follow on Spotify
Yes.
or whatever podcasting app you use.
Mima, Uncle Tim, Uncle Rick.
Uncle John.
Those are my uncles.
Papoose.
Who?
My papoosey.
All right. Bye-bye. See you later. Say bye, guys.
Okay, bye.
Mug cake surf with a busted tooth grin. Woke up in the haystack, don't know what year I'm in. Work the fields.